Dear friends, greetings from the Confederation Building, Parliament Hill in Ottawa, Canada, and on the platform of our foundation, Youth for Global Peace and Sustainable Development Foundation, we welcome the youngest member of Parliament in Canada, Amandeep Sodhi. Miss Amandeep Sodhi is with us. So you are most welcome, Miss Amandeep. And I would like to ask you, like my first question is, that as the youth icon of Canada and as the youngest member of Parliament in Canada, how do you see the role of youth in shaping policies that directly affect their future, especially in areas like mental health, education, and climate change? What do you say?
Yeah, well, first and foremost, I wanted to thank you, Dr. Sohan, for being here today. It's a pleasure to meet you for the first time, to have you here in the capital of our country, to have you in my office here. And as a newly elected member, it's always nice to be welcomed by representatives like you. But to answer your question, I think one of the big things that the youth in our generation can do is to be an advocate. I personally, as a young person, the philosophy that I go by is there's no one better to represent youth than someone who's young and youth themselves. It's easier for us youth to relate on the issues that other youth are facing. So what I would say to those who want to challenge issues like mental health and climate change and any other issues that our youth are facing is to be an advocate in them and to engage themselves in initiatives and organizations that help combat these issues. So I know that you have an organization, Youth for Global Peace. What I would do is I would encourage the youth in our areas to join your organization, to stand by you and to work alongside you. Same thing with mental health. In Canada, we have the Canadian Mental Health Association, in which I would encourage youth to advocate through these organizations, because they do work not just for Canadians but for countries all around the world. And I always like to think and say to myself, it's important to be the change that you want to see in the world. Right? The change starts with you. And a big thing that I would also say is to rely on the partners that you have around you. I would rely, as a young person, on experienced and knowledgeable people like you, Dr. Sohan, and I would encourage other youth to do that as well. Talk to the partners that are around you, ask for their help, guidance, and support when it comes to challenging issues like mental health and climate change and global warming, and use their experiences, make them your own, and further stem from that.
Thank you, Aman. You have beautifully, answered the questions and suggested how to help out the youth of Canada and the worldwide in the field of mental health, education, and climate change. And my last question to you, Aman, what is your message to the youth around the world, and how can they contribute to creating a safer, more sustainable planet for future generation?
My message to the youth around the world is goes back to a little bit of what I said in my previous answer, but be the change that you want to see in the world. Being a young person in office, age is just a number. It's never too early or never too late to make a change in any policy, whether that's mental health, affordability, our contributing to our economy, climate change. So the change in the world that you want to see starts with you. The change is within you, and I think that would be my message to the world, to youth around the world. And there's two principles that I like to stand by, and one of them is follow with your heart. So never do anything that's against your morals, your personal beliefs, and your values, and lead with example. So what you do and what you put out into the world, make sure that you're doing it in a way that if, future generations were to see that, they would say, I want to be this person. I want to do and make a change like how this person did. Be a role model, be an inspiration, and I can't stress enough how important the concept of advocacy is. Taking responsibility, taking initiative, understanding that there is an issue at hand, and figuring out how to combat that. And as I mentioned in my previous answer, relying on those around you, whether they are experienced, knowledgeable people
Yeah.
or whether they are organizations, is also very, very important because these are organizations and people that have lived experiences that are able to help you out within a different perspective, different opinion, and guide you through your journey of being able to make a change.
Thank you, Ms. Amandeep, for answering the beautiful questions and your message to the youth of the world. Thank you so much for your
Of course.
precious time and
Thank you
generosity.
so much. Yes, it's a pleasure.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you.